Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Let's Spill, where we spill and have fun. I'm your host, Marquise. It's nice to see you guys again. I know you guys have been missing me. I know that so much. But this is episode 5. And with me, I have my best friend, my bestie for the restie, one of my besties for the restie, Kameron Teague. Okay. And I say all the names. Okay. He is my best friend. We have met in October 2021 at this PRTF, and that is a psychiatric residential facility. If you don't know what that is, those of you who know, you know. Those of you who don't, I can't tell you, because we got things to lose and stuff. I don't want to just put people out there unless I'm really mad, and then I'd be very shady. He's been my bestie again, since 2021 of October. That's our friendversary day. He's a mental health advocate. He's a business consultant, whether he knows like it or not. He can talk anyone under a table. Yeah, it's a lot I can say about this guy. He's fun. I love him to the moon and back. So yes, introducing Kameron. Hi, Kameron.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
Oh my God, now you're going to be so
I'm going to be famous after this.
You're going to be famous?
Yes.
Okay, we'll see if your views go up better than everybody else, So let's do a mental check-in. How are you feeling mentally? How's everything been going?
Really good. I feel really good. And I've been telling people a lot lately, I have nothing to complain about. Honestly, I've been doing very well. I'm just thankful for a lot of the things that I do have. And I think it's a mindset thing. We have to be mindful. I think oftentimes we get caught up in what's going wrong and not what's going well. So I'm trying to do that. Focus on what's going well. So
that's new.
I'm real good.
That's real good.
Real good.
That's new. I love that for you. And tell the people what you do outside of these walls. You can curse, but not too much. He's always got to whisper, y'all. Look at us.
Well, outside of being a professional bad bitch, I'm trying not to say too much without saying too much.
You can say a lot.
I have a really good job. No, I have a good job. I'm not trying to say too much. Let's just say I work in case management. I guess you could say case management with the elderly disabled, things like that. So, to put it simply.
That was very simple. Usually he has a lot to say. He's like a whole paragraph and a whole
not about my job though,
and everything
it's
that.
Work.
But I'm just saying that's what he does. So also give the people a story about where your family originated from. Because people don't know all the things about you. It's very something that people wouldn't know by looking at you. My God, it's chewing. My goodness.
Because the gum is good. Well,
this is gonna be Let's Spill After Dark, y'all, because he's very much so.
Well, I don't know my dad, yeah. Well, I do know him, but he ain't worth a damn. But my mother and all my aunts and my uncle, my one uncle, they were all born in Japan. Well, I take that back. My aunt, my mom's immediate sister, and my mother were born in Japan. My eldest uncle and my eldest aunt, I believe they were born in the Philippines. And then I have my youngest aunt. She really like my sister because this bitch only 6 years older than me.
I love her.
She's fully Japanese. So we're Black and Asian, Black and Japanese. My mom is half and half, and I am a drop because mostly Black.
So like a drop meaning
like a sliver.
You just know so the drops that you pull something out and just drop.
You're like an eye drop. You pull an eye drop, plop, a drop.
And sometimes the eye drop be a lot. It'd be running down your eyes and everything, Okay,
portion
so
control.
That's real cute. Well, that's definitely portion control because you came out blackity black and I love it. And I love you for that.
Period.
So tell us about social media, how, it used to bother you. And now I think you're doing really well on social media now. Once upon a time, I looked on your Insta, TikTok, and he had 456 likes. I said, oh, okay. Real good.
I think social media, specifically just our age group, I think it's
Gen Z, by the way.
We grew up with our phone in our hands, so we're just so accustomed to being in our phone. And I tell you, I tell Stokes and everybody, I think sometimes, I know I can't speak for everybody, but I can speak for myself. I know I get caught up in death scrolling and just overconsumption of being in my phone too much. And I also know that while I am a confident person, I do have a lot of insecurities just like everybody else. And I think being caught up in my phone, death scrolling all damn day, whether I'm at home, at work, on my lunch break, just always in my phone and constantly comparing myself to people, I think that definitely over time starts to take a toll on you. So I was off of Instagram for like 2 months from like the beginning of January, and I'm just now starting to get back into it more and more. But within that 2 months, I was just able to, not only, as cliche as it sounds, reconnect with myself and just start to figure out more things that I enjoy doing. And really in that time, just try to figure out what my purpose is on social media. Because I think on social media, we go into it not thinking what our purpose is just to have fun, but then we end up spending so much time on it. It's kind of like, well, now let's hope you have a purpose being on it because you spend so much time on it. And I think mine was, people always tell me I'm funny, so I just get on there and I just be talking, especially I was on Instagram, but then they was like, you need to get on TikTok, you need to get on TikTok. So while I was off of Instagram, I was on TikTok just posting my stuff. And it really did, I don't want to say it took off, but it is starting to pay off. So I'm not going to say pay off because I don't make no money, but just I'm starting to see more interaction and more engagement. So
But that's
we'll
great.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he's going to do a lot, y'all. I feel like. So what, people in the back, what's death strolling?
Death scrolling is like when you be on your phone. When you go from Instagram, you scroll on Instagram for 10 minutes. You done looked at everything on there. So you hop on Twitter. You scroll on Twitter for 10 minutes. Done looked on everything on there. You get on Snapchat. Knowing damn well you don't get on Snapchat, but you ain't got nothing else to get on. So you get on Snapchat. Get off of that to get right back on Instagram and look at this. So death scrolling is just endlessly scrolling on your phone, whatever it is you're scrolling on. And it's basically stuff you done seen. You just spending your time scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. That becomes
a lot.
Yeah.
Eyes be burning.
Hand
dry.
Be hurting, head.
Yes. And you just turn all kind of different angles and then try to just keep scrolling. That's insane.
Phone be dead as hell.
I keep my phone charged. This guy, smart guys. He is very smart. You are smart. And I don't think you know a lot. You're very knowledgeable. And I don't think you give yourself a lot of credit that you should be giving. So where do you see yourself, 5 years from now, maybe 10 years from now? Yeah, let's just do the 5 to 10.
5 to 10.
There. Yeah.
I definitely would like to see myself living somewhere else. Just because I'm from Georgia, grew up in Georgia. I'm so tired of Georgia. It's been there, done that. So I kind of want to expand beyond that. Because I kind of feel like part of growing is, leaving your comfort zone.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think I'll ever truly grow up if I'm continuously surrounded by, if I'm not put in a position to force me to grow up, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So,
no businesses?
I was thinking I do eventually want to start, I don't know if this will happen within the next 5 to 10 years, but I do want to start a nonprofit that focuses on, and this is where it kind of gets kind of hectic because I don't want to focus on a specific population. I think all marginalized populations should be helped. So like the homeless, runaway LGBTQIA youth, because y'all be putting y'all kids out. Ain't worth a damn. Ain't worth a damn. Putting your kids out. But yeah, runaway youth, the homeless, mothers and domestic violence situations, just any type of group that needs help. Mm-hmm. But I also want to open homeless shelters. I don't know, but if y'all are from Georgia, over there by Six Flags off 20 West, right there by Food and Industrial exit, it's these 2 hotels that sit right off the side. My biggest dream is to turn, they tore one of them down. But my biggest dream was to turn each of those into like a homeless shelter. One can be long-term for women, children, families, or whoever. The other one could be short-term, but just something like that because...
Would they pay rent a little bit? Would they pay like a fee?
That's the thing. And that's where I would have to go sit down and put more thought into it, speak to people who have started nonprofits, because I would essentially want to say no, but then it's also like, well, how do you plan on keeping it up, but also if it's a nonprofit, so it's, I don't know about that for real, so I gotta look into it. Okay. But I'm gonna do it. Maybe not 5, 10 years, maybe 20, 30, but it's gonna get done.
Well, we're gonna pray that it gets done within about that 10-year mark, maybe 11 to 12.
Amen.
Because yes, we like things like that, and the way this world is looking right now, horrible. But how do you feel about this new administration right now, though?
What administration?
this sucky administration that's right now in the White House?
It's a shit show. You got this South African nigga. Oh,
It's fine.
You got this South African nigga over here trying to. As much.
Get it out.
As much as we like to sit here and joke about it to play, it's really scary because history repeats itself. And I just feel like he's testing it. He's testing to see how much he can get away with. Thankfully, a lot of these judges do have common sense and they're blocking his actions. But it's just the simple fact of you're even comfortable proposing something like that to occur. And the precedent that he is setting for others to be comfortable in their racism and their overt and blatant racism and their political racism, the rhetoric. I tell people all the time, language is very important. Pay attention to the way somebody says something. So it's just like him allowing people to feel so comfortable to be overtly racist and write it into legislation and just do all these egregious things. It's sad and it's very scary. And then they wonder why people don't want to have kids. We can't afford shit and the government ain't worth a damn.
Period. That's on that because a lot of people not having kids or anything right now anyway. And speaking of kids, how do you feel about starting a family? Like, do you see yourself starting a family at all? Because right now the gays and girls are having sex like having kids. But that's in Atlanta. I've never seen any other place do that besides Atlanta. And there's no shade towards it, but get it how you live it, honey.
I don't know. Maybe because I've always said I do want kids. I want to.
Just gonna do it the regular way.
I have a homegirl. She said that she got a boyfriend now, so I don't know how that'll work. But it's not gonna work. She said she would do it, but we was gonna do the turkey baster method. But I would, in an ideal world, I would like to have kids just to say I have something to pass on. But then,
with technology, you can do that now.
I don't want the responsibility. And to be honest, just growing up and the stuff going through what I went through growing up, I don't want to. No, I'm tired of looking after people. I'm tired of raising people. No, I want to have fun. When I'm 45 and I have money and I want to pick up and go to the Amalfi Coast, you can't do that with kids.
You can't. You can't do it with a dog either.
So I don't think it may change as I get older because I'm still in a selfish state of mind. But no, if I want to see some kids, I'll go hang out with a niece or nephew or two. And then the beauty in that is you could drop them off when you're done with them. Go back to your mama's house.
Return to sender.
Yes.
My
expeditiously.
Goodness.
Come get your kids.
Speaking of mom, how are you in your mom's relationship? I know there's a lot of touchy-feely things when it comes to mom, but you don't have to say much if you don't want to. But maybe you're opening somebody else's eyes out here like, oh my God, my mom does that to me too, So I feel that parents that has been parents and parents who has not been parents, I feel like they bring down this, I feel like they bring down this freaking, I can't use the word, I don't know what word I'm trying to use, but I feel like they feel like they're doing their best with what they got, but then there's no apology behind it when you confront them when you get older and said, hey, this is what you did to me. I felt this way. And sometimes some of them are still doing it. So how do you feel about, mom dukes? Because you don't know your dad. You say that. Very heavy with the chest too.
I know not to put too much of his business out so y'all don't, but he is a nasty man.
He's a football player. I'm just kidding.
He's a nasty man. And I don't think anybody would be sad if he were no longer on this earth. But as far as my mama, I love my mama. That's my girl. I love my mama like it's nothing. But simply put, sometimes it's best. Sometimes you gotta love somebody from a distance. You just, girl, I love you, but I'm gonna love you from over there. And you stay up. That don't mean you come over there. You stay over there, and I'm gonna love you over there. Right? So,
absolutely. That's it. That's all.
Yeah. If you see this, hey girl.
Do you think mental health plays a role in a lot of situationships and relationships in your life, both platonic and, family wise, friendship too?
I think so. Because
not you think. You
'Cause
better
I
you
think-
better know it.
Because I think for me, it's hard to answer that because I'm a person that sits in my head a lot. And you know that I'm always in my head, always thinking, especially if I'm, on a cloud, girl. I'll just be thinking so mental health is important when it comes to relationships, whether platonic or whether romantic, because it can definitely influence your actions. If you're depressed and you sad and you in the dumps, girl, you in the bed, girl, get off my phone. I don't feel like talking. Like them girls. Remember them girls the girl who had the baby.
Yeah, which one?
I saw on TikTok, this girl had a baby.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess her friends was trying to get in contact with her. She was depressed as fuck, postpartum depression.
Oh.
And they pulled up on her, was singing Girl outside her house. They bust up in her house and all that. So it's important because their friends recognize that their friend was not who she normally is and where she needed to be, and they did something about it. So I say that to say mental health is important in a relationship regardless because it influences the actions of not only you but the people around you. And it's also important because people need to recognize when it's time to step in and help you if it ever gets to that point. But don't pull up at my house outside the house. Don't pull up outside of G-My house.
I will.
Blasting Girl. Because it's...
No, he would like Sexy Red instead.
Hell nah. If I'm depressed, I don't turn that shit off. I don't want to hear nothing, please. No, bow. Please turn it off.
He went all of it. I'm just kidding. Well, that's noted, so I can make sure I keep that in the back of my mind. So just in case that, you go through a whole depressing type of moment.
Right.
Hopefully you're able to reach out. I think it's very important that people reach out to people when you're depressed. I know it's hard.
Mm-hmm.
Suicide ideations, everything. Like I feel like people should just reach out to their friends or family person, when they're feeling down and out. But a lot of people don't do that because a lot of people are selfish or they are their own self-destruction. It's just like, why are you sitting here just in it,
We also have to take note that for a lot of black people growing up, we're always told to what? Shut that shit up.
Yeah.
What you crying for?
Yes, pray about it.
Fix your face before I give you something to cry about. So those moments when you're experiencing emotion and you're supposed to experience it and feel it and articulate it and tell people what's going on, especially your parents, the ones who are supposed to teach you how to work through your emotions and experience and feel your emotions, they tell you to shut it up. So the times when you're supposed to be expressing it, you shut up. You clam up. That's why people normally don't say nothing because half the time, for me, we don't know how. Because we always, we don't know how, or we just don't because it's something we're accustomed to.
Right.
So it starts with your parents. Stop telling your kids to stop crying. If they got to cry, let that baby cry. They're crying for a reason. Stop telling them to man up.
Oh my God, I hate that. Man up. You're a boy. You boys supposed to cry. Yes, they do. They're
That's
kids.
That's why you fucked up now.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And speaking of men, do you feel like... We're going to take this to the LGBTQ.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like this whole, and I know you saw the conversation, I feel like on TikTok, do you feel like the whole masculine thing right now is played out? Like a lot of them are not a dying species, but they're ceasing to exist now because a lot of people are getting older in our generation and their mindset changes. It's just like soft top, love me some. But at the same time, everybody's changes like masculine wear, like what?
Because I think it's because...
It's toxic.
I don't even think it's that. I think it's people being more comfortable with themselves. People were so taught to, you got to be a man. You got to be a man. Stop doing that. Stop. Don't hold your hand like this. All the little stuff like that. But as time is progressing and people for one aren't really tolerating that anymore, you're not going to tell me about who I am and who I need to be because that's no. And people are understanding more. People are more accepting. So people are allowed more to be who they are. Mm-hmm. And a lot of men, whether they want to admit it or not, do have a feminine side, and a lot of them are now starting to tap into that femininity more. And there's nothing wrong with that. So it may seem like there are less masculine men around. I don't think that's the case. I think these men are just comfortable with who they are, and we've been so ingrained to think of what a man should look like, or a masculine man should look like that. God. It could be a good dude, or he could be a normal man, comfortable who he is, and we just look down on him because he's not as masculine as we would like him to be. But it's like, who are we to make that call? Yes,
there's some of that, but I push back to say that also those same quote unquote want to be masculine guys.
Mhm.
And I said that with air quotes because they're the same people who be shitting on the femmes. They shit on the trans. They shit on the
Because
non-binary.
they can't be who they are.
Correct. I get that. And yet
Repressed.
and very so much pressed. And yet it's just like, oh my God, you're a masculine bottom? Because a masculine bottom cannot exist. I feel like they feel like they cannot exist with the LGBTQ community because people think they're automatically up top. Like,
Maybe
sometimes I fall for it. I'm like, oh my God, he's a top. You know, even though back in the day I did that, but now I don't really care. It's just like, you're cute. You're cute.
As I've gotten older, I've liked that. I like my man with a little sugar in the tank.
Mm.
It's cute. I like that.
A little,
I like that.
a little blouse, you know.
Just a little bit, you know. It's
Just
cute.
a little blouse.
But that's just, I think that just comes with growing up too. Like,
Mhm.
yeah, as you grow up and you mature, you experience more, you're exposed to more things, you just start to realize a lot of things are a facade. And it's like, if you like somebody, you like them.
Absolutely.
Whether they got boots on or a purse, you know.
Boots or a
And
purse
boots
is
and a purse,
insane.
hell.
Boots or a purse is insane.
So,
That's an insane word, okay? Because that's a bad combination.
you know, the boots could be shark boots. They could be Louis V boots.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's a bad combination. Not in a bad way, but like a bad conversation. Like, yes.
Like a...
Yes.
Okay. I
Is
got
it?
you.
Oh my God. Okay, so a little darker. So recreational drugs. Have you ever done any?
Girl, I can't say too much.
This is a podcast. We're very honest.
Yes,
We
I've done few.
We listen and we don't judge. I don't want to. If that's trademark, please do not get me for it. I don't know if it's trademarked yet. So yeah, we'll listen.
Before we proceed, I just want to say if any employer sees this
allegedly,
is alleged and for entertainment purposes only.
Really.
But heavy weed smoker. We all knew I was a heavy weed smoker. Then I almost died and I had to stop. We all know why.
Yes.
Oh, my aunt is calling. The full Asian one. She's calling.
Oh my God.
But I'm not going to answer because I'm not going to give her any free camera time. Damn, what was I at? Oh, I almost died.
Yes.
Drugs. So we got like a little tree. I have tried booger sugar once or twice.
What is that? That sounds so disgusting.
You know, like a little bump.
Oh.
A little party.
I don't know.
A little party and play.
I don't know.
But it wasn't a party and play situation. I was with one of my besties, and you know, we were just, you know, I'm the type when it comes to drugs. For one, I don't look on anybody who does drugs or has a drug problem because I get it. Life affects us all differently. But I also, for example, my mom. I'm the child of a teenage mother. My mom had me young. What I liked is when I was in college and I was growing up, my mom would tell me about all the stuff she did. Oh, we did this, we did that, we did this. Me and my mom are very close. She'd be like, I don't think this is a drug that you would sit right with. Prime example, my mama know I'm scared of aliens. I was telling her I want to try acid. She said, I don't think acid and aliens is a good mix. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to say God forbid, but in the future, if I ever do have children, or even with my nieces and nephew, my cousins, I could be like, oh, well, girl, I tried that, and I don't think that's the road you want to go down, you know?
It's probably would have elevated by the time they get older.
But it's only been weed, a little booger sugar, and some shrooms. And maybe some, that's it, you know, because I don't have to volunteer everything. That's it.
It's insane that my friend don't trust me.
It's not trust you. I don't trust these.
Trust the audience. Yeah. Trust the audience.
I love y'all, but
they don't know where you work at. It's okay. It's okay. You don't have no logos or nothing like that.
That's true.
And it's okay. So, I've never tried any recreational drugs. I haven't yet to try any type of drug. So that's why I asked, because like you said, it affects everybody differently. Exactly. And I feel like it's like a detriment to people in the LGBTQ community, because we have so much that we go through, both mentally, physically, emotionally, financially, all the leads. It's a lot. So they turn towards drugs and stuff, and they turn towards sex and relationships that's not real. It's like transactional relationships. So speaking relationships, how are we in relationships? Have we dated? Have we been, what they call it, freaking on people?
I'm a whore.
You a whore?
I'm a whore.
Are you a good whore or a bad whore?
I am open to finding a boo. I am. But at the same time, I feel like I'm not in a rush for it because I'm in my 20s. I want to have fun. I'm very big on, I want to bring to the table what I expect to be brought into the table in return. And right now, I don't have shit to bring to the table.
But you do.
But bullshit. I may have a lot to offer, but in my head, I don't. And I just don't feel like I'm in a space to be with somebody. And then also, I don't want to put in the work. Like, I want to be bothered with you when I want to be honest. I want to be bothered with you when I want to be bothered with you. And then if I don't, I don't. That whole, good morning, what you doing? How's your day? What you doing tonight? I want to do this. Don't let you want to do something and I don't want to do it because we're not going to do it.
But you like the chase.
I do, and I think that's why I also ain't shit. I just like the thrill of it. Like, can I get you? Can I get you? And when I got you, I don't want you. Boom.
Oh my God. That would send me. That would send me. How can we as people who don't know anything about it locate people that's like that? How do we know if they're trying to just chase us because we're hard to get or they think we're hard to get? Or when they get, you should know.
I wouldn't even say hard to get, but I know when I'm flirting with a man, it's the back and forth, the banter, we playing and going back and forth. So I think I like the challenge. I like the promise. I feel like the only man that I have ever like really like tried to pursue. I feel like the only reason we were trying to pursue each other is because we both want shit and we both like the chase and just the thrill of like the ain't shitness. That was 20 when I met that man. I'll be 27 tomorrow.
It's a birthday podcast, y'all.
And he's still on my phone. I still be on that phone too, y'all. So
you never told me that. I feel like I'm just hearing it for the first time, like the audience, guys. Tears.
I'm not name dropping, but I'm pretty sure we
shouldn't
had a conversation.
Oh, one night name drop here. But if we had a conversation, we probably did. You had so many conversations about certain men and chases without putting all
damn, now I'm about to get sad because I'm
there.
thinking about somebody else.
Oh, okay. Lord Jesus, okay. Mary Joseph.
It's okay. Gonna leave him where he at.
Niggas ain't shit, guys.
Ain't shit.
Niggas ain't shit. And sometimes my bestie ain't no shit. And I got to call him out when he's not no shit. And it gets under my skin when he be like, but I got to support my bestie. I got to. If he's doing something that makes him feel happy in that moment, I got to support. Okay?
Yeah, sure do.
Are you pulling hair?
Yeah. This is my 613 bust down. Y'all don't see it, but it's here.
So where's the closure?
The what?
You don't have a closure?
I guess.
I
don't know shit about hair.
But you just said something about hair.
All I know is a 613 bust down.
So now we said relationships and everything like that. So you don't see yourself in anything like in the future, 5 years from now, in a relationship maybe?
Possibly. Like I said, I'm always welcoming and I'm open to it.
He's open, guys. Okay?
It's not something I'm actively
Don't
seeking.
slide in my DMs just to get to him. Slide into his DMs, please. He's very rude though. Like
please don't say that.
If you come off wrong to him, he's very rude.
Not
rude. He will gather you like this.
I
okay?
am not. No, I'm just very mindful of how I like people. What's wrong with being mindful of how people like being what?
Woosah.
What is so wrong with wanting people to speak to you properly?
That's absolutely right. I love that. I love that. That's what I said. He will gather you. You're still rude, but
it's not rude. It's not rude.
It's rude, but it's in an honest way. It's in an honesty way. You cannot shake your head like that again. That is insane.
It's called addressing the disrespect.
Okay, now disrespect is different, but there are some guys who came at you in the right way, and yet you was very
I feel like your
dismissive.
mic is more propped up. I don't like that
because you're all the way back here. Yes, so I'm just saying there are people who came to you in your DMs, I'm sure, but you were not attracted to them. But
I just don't respond. No response is a response. No, it's not. No, it's not.
That is rude.
No response is a response.
That is rude. What? At least give them time of day. Like some people are very weird as fuck. Have you seen the first 48? They would literally come and find you because you did not respond to them. Did you see that white boy who went out to his ex? Excuse me, white people. I'm so sorry. Love y'all. Now listen. Now those people. He came to his ex house who he hasn't talked to since high school. He texted her, sent her voice note, called her. She never responded. He came to her house and tried to break in with a gun. he got shot twice by her dad, and he died. Therefore,
Real good.
people are crazy. So I feel like everything
He fucked around and found out,
He
and that's
did.
his fault.
FOFA, yes. Wait, is it FOFA?
FAFO.
Okay, FAFO.
FAFO.
FAFO, yes. So what I'm gonna say is you gotta be mindful. You know, the women, like when the men get then, oh, you ain't give me your number, they get crazy. So therefore I feel like it's the same thing.
Well, I'm a man, and I'd be like, nigga,
Doesn't matter.
Girl, we not about to do that. Like, if you
if
that
y'all want to
upset,
comment on down below, y'all can just say what y'all feel like. Because
and I get that. I mean, I get to a degree it is rude to not respond, but also I feel like responding and then just leading. I would rather somebody not respond to me because that gives me a clear indication that they have no interest in me. But if they respond and carry on the conversation, because I'm not going to know how to tell you, oh, I'm not interested in you like that, because I don't like hurting people's feelings. I don't. And I feel like me not responding is really sparing both of us having to go through me saying I'm not attracted to you in that manner.
But some people are just afraid maybe to respond to you. Like if you're reaching out to them, oh my God, he's so fine. Why is he or she responding to me? Oh my God. They just even, I don't know what to say. So they may not respond. And so it's not like they're not responding because they're not interested. It may be another thing.
Well, I'm not interested. That's why I'm not responding.
Okay, that's you, maybe.
That's me. Yeah.
Okay, that's you. If you slide into his DMs, you don't respond, he's not interested.
Or I didn't see it. One of the two.
Oh,
but ain't nobody, most of the time, it's not. I'm not no celebrity. Ain't nobody in my DMs like that.
Oh my God.
So most of the time, it's just I'm not interested.
You're a celebrity in my eyes.
Thank you. No, you're the celebrity. You're the one with the podcast.
You're thinking that.
I know what you said.
So friendships. You have been through a lot of friendships. I've been knowing you since, again, 2021. Mm-hmm. I've known about some, I feel like not all of your past friendships. Mm-hmm. Most of them are with girls. I think you had one bad relationship or friendship, situationship with a guy, which is horrible, ended horrible. If you see him, he will fight you.
No, wait. Are we talking about who? We're going to leave it there.
Because you looked on my Instagram, you said, and you follow him. And I did not know that I follow him. We follow each other.
What's his name? Say his name.
I don't remember his name. I just know that you looked at my friend list and you was like, oh, and you follow him. Oh, no, bitch. He was very mad.
I feel like it's one person I could think of in mind.
And you said if you see him today, you will fight him.
He's talking about. Yes. It would enrage me, but go ahead.
So yes, and so that's the only guy relationship that I
we weren't even we weren't even friends.
Oh, okay.
Like we ain't no like.
Y'all just went to college together.
Yes, we just went to school together.
Okay, well, all the women. So he has, and there's this one thing that he told me, and his mom was like, well, I think his mom or his aunt Cheryl, hey girl, said that Kameron, you always seem to fall out with the girls, but maybe you need to get more guy friends. And I was like, maybe. So I don't know. How do you feel about mutual friends?
What you mean?
So not even mutual friend. I would say mutual friends. So if this person, imaginary person was sitting right here was my friend, but you met them through me. And so do you think that is a healthy thing to do? Or would you like to be like, this should be like a separate...
I'm fucking glad you brought that up.
Okay.
I used to always mix my friend groups, but
still do.
No. The older I'm getting, the more I'm starting to see that's not good, because you have certain friends for certain things. Mm-hmm. Not saying that your relationships aren't equal, but certain people are interested. For example, I know when me and Stokes are drinking and smoking and doing all that, we don't include you because you don't drink and smoke. That's not your avenue. You're not trying to get into that. But okay. I know, for example, if we're trying to go out to eat or we're trying to sit and just chill or we're trying to do something that we like to do, boom. Or, no, I take that back. The drink and smoking thing, yes. But I know if I'm going to go out to the movies and I'm going to go out to eat and do this, I know that's something you and I would do. That's not something I typically do with her. Or, for example, I know one of my really good homegirls has kids now. So that changes everything because her priorities are her children. It's not the turning up and going out and partying. So I have to be mindful when I'm inviting her to things or doing things. She may not want to do that because at the end of the day, she a mama now. Not saying mothers can't have fun and they don't get lit, but her priority isn't fun now, it's her kids. So I don't really like to mix my friend groups because everybody is different, personalities are different, and we all do things together differently. So I feel like it kind of... And then also, I'm really big on dividing my attention equally amongst my friends. For example, if I were to bring one of my homegirls and she's never met you, I'm really big on making her feel like I'm not leaving her and just paying you attention. And I'm really big on making you feel like I'm not solely paying her attention and not you. I'm very big on that because I hate a bitch that go out with her friends and other people and start switching up that shit. Yeah. Quick way for me to never say nothing to you again.
Have I switched up before? Oh my God.
No, I'm just really big on that. So whenever I go out, I try to make sure I never make anybody feel like I'm not engaging with
that's
them.
like mixing friends, right?
Right. That's why I don't like doing it, because it's stressful. It's stressful. Somebody's always going to feel some type of way about something. So it's like,
So if I meet people through you, the ones that I met through you, I genuinely, they're like, here. To me.
Exactly, right.
So, but everybody who we know together, I met through you. I did not go out my way to talk to these people. And I don't think they didn't come to talk to me either. Have we would have been friends when we were, at that place? Maybe. How we would have met each other, babe. Let's start there. How we would have met each other there and just had like a relationship there, friendship. Maybe. But I know me and I know them, all of them. And, I just feel like, when you meet people through your friends, I feel like it's not going to be a good thing 90% of the time. You can try to make it a good thing. You can tolerate them because of your best friend, but it's not going to be a thing. It's just like you just tolerate them for the most part. So that's how I feel. And I'm glad I see how you feel now. Well, you split your attention. I didn't know you split your attention, but that's a good thing.
It's not a matter of splitting attention. It's just I know I have certain friends for certain things. Not even certain friends for certain things, but certain activities I'm more likely to do with certain friends. And I also know that not everybody's personality mixes, and we all have our own individual relationships, and I'm learning to preserve those. Sometimes you don't have to always mix each other together. Just preserve the individual relationships you have with people.
I know some of y'all right now, when you see this, you're probably saying, that bitch. Yeah, I'm talking about you. Yeah.
Part of growth is sometimes you have to leave people behind.
Oh my God. And
that doesn't necessarily mean anything
definitely
is
on
wrong,
my growth. I'm definitely on my growth.
Growing.
I'm definitely on my growth thing, yes. Okay, so you're going back to school. And what are we studying?
So I'm trying to go back to the University of West Georgia to major in history. I already have a criminology minor in sociology.
See, I told you he was very smart.
With a certificate in juvenile rehabilitation, yes. But I wanted to go back to school for history because I really, really do like history. I think it's interesting. What I really find very interesting about history is the fact that not only does history repeat itself, but just when we sit back and when we read it, for example, when we read about the American Revolution or something, or we read about Jim Crow, it's like we're reading about people's lives. Like people actually lived that. It's weird for us to think about it because we weren't physically there, but these were real people who were alive just like us, living day to day. And we're studying them. But to think about it, in 100, 200 years from now, people are going to be looking back on us and they're going to be like, wow, like these were real people that were living. And I just think it's interesting to study why, as people, we do the things we do and how that affects the things we do. I don't know. It's just interesting.
It's going to be very interesting. You are very ready for that.
I'm so happy, ready. Yes, I'm so ready.
Because you have found your passion. Because, baby, you were out there like, oh, my God. I'm going to do this because I'm good at doing it, but this is not what I'm passionate at. It's almost like us being in mental health. We're good at doing it, but that's not where
the passion isn't there anymore.
Passion, it's not.
Yeah, it's not there.
Now we still mental health advocates. Like that is always would be a thing. We will still be mental health advocates, but as far as working in the field, the people in that field is insane. The children has.
It's not even the kids. It's the people, the staff, the coworkers.
Yes, it's not the kids at all. And that's crazy. Will you be traveling soon? Because you said that you would like to have an RV or a bus that you want to build up and stuff like that and just travel throughout the country. I would love to do that as besties.
I want to go to all the national parks.
If they're still there with this administration.
I want to go to all the national parks. And I do want to go international because I've never been out the country, but I don't know because Cheeto Puff is being really stringent about the people he letting back in.
Mm-hmm.
And they say he going through your phone, and girl, he go through that phone. That's too much bullshit for me to delete.
Correct.
Girl, and next time I get a burner phone and how am I gonna get a burner phone and not travel with my real phone?
Yeah.
It got all my stuff. No.
That's a lot, y'all. Like literally what we're saying is if you travel outside the country and stuff like that and you come back in and they feel like they have to check you or anything like that, they can search your phone and stuff like that just because they can. And they find all this anti-Trump rhetoric. They have every right to not let you back into the country.
The detaining people, like
it's insane. My anxiety has went up even talking about
how
it.
y'all detaining people at the border, but y'all got a South African, which I love. I'm not talking shit about South Africans. I'm talking about shit about a specific South African. How y'all got this South African trying to manage the department or trying to work on our money and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Girl, y'all need to deport his ass back.
Yes.
Prime example, how y'all got him running the budget and his business is failing.
His taxes are horrible.
Stock going, what is it? The stock plummeting. So.
It definitely is. It definitely is. And then do you know that the governor of Georgia, he cannot run again. This is his last term. So therefore, I don't know who's going to be guest.
Stacey.
But they're doing an investigation on Stacey now. Trump has started an investigation into the Georgia court said, yeah, let's go ahead and dig into her past and everything else that she's done. So they're trying to do anything not to get her in office, y'all. They're trying not to get her in office. But I can't wait till she proved them wrong.
Okay.
So, yeah. So we come at a segment at the end of this whole podcast episode where we say, let's spill. You have to spill something that's very weird. It can be something sexual. It can be something like you did to your family member that they don't know about, that I don't know about, something to your friend. Like it has to be something juicy.
You go first.
There's nothing for me to go first.
Girl, you can't sit there and introduce a whole segment.
But because I asked y'all.
Who is y'all?
I asked everybody who came on my episode. Excuse me, everybody who came on the podcast. Everybody who came on the podcast, I asked them. So, I'm gonna say it.
What?
Where are you?
What is it?
I don't know.
Oh, I have a weird obsession with smelling my upper lip. I love smelling my upper lip. You always say, why you smell your upper lip? Bitch, I love it.
I do. You never told me that. Yeah,
I like feet. I don't know. If a man got some pretty feet, you call me.
Well, if they have pretty feet and they're not like fat, like not like fat.
Don't stop.
Like he told me he needs to have it like it looks skinny. Like,
girl,
I don't understand that. So that's what I mean.
Okay, I said the type of feet. I said I like a long, like a skinny nigga foot, like my foot, like long,
Bad
skinny.
Bunny.
I don't want no nigga with no short, stubby, fat toes. But I like a nigga with a fat, big fat toe, but you gotta have the long foot. Like it gotta work. You can't have no like hoof ass foot. I'm not. But y'all just hit me up, and if I feel like they cute, then we could go from there. But
wow, and you can go from there if your feet are pretty.
If your face and
and not your personality.
But you better make me something else.
I love it.
Anyway, your turn. I said 2 things. Your turn.
You said 2 things for what?
The spill. I spilled a lot.
You spilled 2 things. Wasn't what I was looking for, but yeah.
What were you looking for?
I can't say anything because you didn't say anything specific. So you said something specific, but you didn't say what I was looking for you to say.
What if I'm a top, bottom, or a verse? That's what you want me to put out there too?
No, we don't even care about top, bottom, or verse at all because that doesn't matter and it shouldn't matter at all.
Don't.
Because sometimes he's a blouse. He is. So for me, I had a guy back in college, still in college, but master's. But when I first started college, I was so deep infatuated with this guy, and I told him to come over. See how I'm going with this? The whole segue and everything, and I just talk about it and experience it. You said only 2 things that you like.
You didn't give me an example.
So now I'll give you an example after this, and you have to say one more thing. Thank you.
Okay.
So, my bed was on the floor, y'all. I was in the student housing, but it was overflow. So I had to go into an apartment complex. And it was like, yeah, we don't have any beds. You have to put your bed yourself. And so the bed was on the floor. And so I invited him over. He didn't judge me. I feel like he did, though, but he didn't judge me. And, you know, we were just kissing and fondling around and everything like that. And I think he traumatized my whole...
How?
Because he was massaging the butt and everything like that. He just went back there and just...
Over the miracle.
No.
Nigga was in that ass.
He wasn't. He wasn't. He really wasn't. I was on top of him, facing him. Mm-hmm. His hands just went back there. He was supposed to be squeezing and massaging like men do, you know? But he went in there and just...
ripped it open.
It was so traumatizing. When I said I screamed like a fucking rat and fell over.
I'd be like, nigga, fuck.
I was so mad at him. I blocked him and everything like that. So, you know, that's my one.
If you see this, that's why you got blocked, because you ripping people booties apart.
Oh, Jesus.
The booty ripper.
I didn't have a fissure. It wasn't bleeding or anything like that, but it was... Actually, it was kind of split at the top, and these people were my friends. Well, one of them is my best friend because I only have 3 best friends. Hi, Anthony. Hey, Montrez. Yeah, the other friend that I had, ex-best friend that I had, he and my best friend now, they put ointment on my butt. Like I was upside close. Down. They were like this.
Y'all was real close.
Oh, we were close. And that's why I was so like, one day I have him on a podcast to figure out why we fell out. One day. Because it was just
you know, they say a lot of friendships a typical friendship lasts about 7 to 8 years. And if you're friends longer than that, you're going to be friends for a lifetime.
Yeah, so me and Anthony going to be friends for a lifetime.
Clock it.
Yeah, we way over 7 years. So yeah, that was my spill. What should that be? Kameron, help me. You're good with words. What should that be?
Sex gone wrong.
No, that is so on a...
Call that man the booty fondler.
I'm saying...
The booty ripper.
I'm saying...
A category?
Yes, for like let's spill. Yeah. Like, hey, so tell something that you spilled. Give me something... Spillicious or something. You know, I don't know yet, but we can talk about it after.
Spill the tea. You got to spill some tea. Okay. Deep, dark tea.
People don't like black tea. People hate black tea.
Oolong.
Spill some sweet tea.
You spill sweet tea, I'm gonna be mad as fuck. Sweet tea is good. You don't need to be wasting.
I'm drinking it. The fuck? They spilling, I'm drinking.
Put that yak in my sweet tea.
Oh, God. Okay, so we have come to the end of our show. Can you tell the people?
I thought you wanted me to tell something else.
Because you act like you couldn't tell anything.
I can tell something else.
Go ahead.
One time I was fondling with a man, y'all, he tried to blow air in my butt.
He did actually blow air.
And that shit was uncomfortable. I never again. I saw that nigga maybe one more time and no.
I actually went through the same thing. It felt so uncomfortable. You gonna tell all your business?
You want me to? I'm trying to see what other business I got to tell.
First of all, I said one more. You're trying to tell me another. And the way you're looking up these glasses is insane.
I can't think of nothing anyway.
I know.
So.
It's okay.
Okay.
I know you're watching this. Just like this person told me that she had a man was, dicking her down through her mouth. Dicking her down through her mouth. And he farted in her face.
Major pink eye.
I don't think she had a pink eye. She never told me she had a pink eye, but it was so funny when she told me the story itself and how it happened. I just pictured it, and
Do we know the man?
Yeah, we know the girl.
I'm talking about the nigga. Do we know the nigga?
We don't know him.
Oh,
we don't know him.
That would have made it funnier.
I literally rolled. I cannot tell you. That laid me out so bad. I was like, just imagine somebody with their feet on your shoulder and they're just going in your mouth, just hammering, and it just, it was, I probably was worse than that because she was like, she pushed him off. Like she said she didn't know she had that much strength, but she lifted him.
So I wonder if he pooted or he farted. Like,
so what's the difference of poot? Is a
poot is like, but it's like a little poo, just I pooted. But a fart is like you damn bitch, like you hear that shit. It's like a ricochet. So I want to know, bitch, girl, let us know. Did he poop? Was it a?
We know her. She had a baby. Oh my God. Oh, Jesus. Oh, I tried to whisper it. I tried to whisper it. Okay. I'm so sorry if you're watching this, but we're the only two that knows, but you never told me not to tell anybody.
I'm so glad you pushed that nigga off of you too. That shit would have pissed me off. Oh my gosh.
Okay. So we have come to the end of our show, guys. This is episode 5 again with Let's Spill, where we spill and have fun. Kameron, tell the people where they can find you.
Y'all can find me on Instagram at The Black Harry, because I've always told I look like Harry Potter with my glasses. TikTok at Forever Foo. God rest his soul, Foo. I miss you so much, y'all. I told my aunt that I gave him to my best friend's cousin, but I really... Never mind. Forever Foo. Yeah, it's like 5 U's. F-U-U-U-U-U-U-U. I don't know. And that's it.
Well, if you got any questions, comments, concerns that you want us to read, like any scenarios, I'm waiting for y'all to send stuff to this email. Y'all not sending things to the email, and I'm very upset about that. I'm not upset.
Send it to the email.
Send it to the email at letspillnow@gmail.com. Also, you can follow us on YouTube at Let's Spill. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Bye. Until next time.